On this Tech Tip Tuesday, Jason and I are going to show you what the most commonly used straps are that we use to set our rocks in any type of a water feature.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. So yesterday we had just the slightest little blunder. We have this new mic. We did a whole day of content, and what did we forget to do, Jay? What did I forget to do? Not we.
Well, we are a team. We forgot to turn on the microphone.
So today we're going to go back over all that good stuff. So that's how dedicated we are to getting you all the content that you need on this Tech Tip Tuesday. So today we are going to talk about the most commonly used straps that we use here at Deckers. There is obviously much bigger straps you can use, and you're going to have to do your research. If rocks are going to be super big, like we're talking 14,000 pound rocks, you're going to go to a 4-inch strap minimum, and it's going to be at least probably a 3-ply. So you're going to want to do the research on that. So right now, Jason has a 1-inch strap. Turn it to the side, Jay, so they can see it a little bit. So that way right there, obviously is 1 inch. We turn it to the side, and that's a dual ply. So you can see that there is 2 straps basically sewn together. So that's a 2-ply strap. And then next to it is a 1-inch single ply. So they all have different lifting capacities, and they're also different lengths. So what we like to do is, right now, these are different lengths right here, but we always order in multiples of 2s or 4s, because depending on what we're doing and how big a rock is, chances are you might need to have the same length strap. And then you're going to kind of short yourself if you don't have 2 alike, which we're going to show you later on in this video. Then we're going to move over to a 2-inch strap. And this one is a 2-ply also. Right, Vanna?
Yes, sir.
So, you know, it depends on your application. If you're doing medium-sized rocks, a single ply will definitely work. Right there, the strap that Jason's picking up is a 2-inch single ply. Jay, let's show him the tag right there. So on the tag, it shows you basically what lifting capacity at what it has. There's a basket, there's a choker, and then vertical. So you'll be able to actually look at a tag, especially when ordering them, and be able to figure out what size rocks you're going to actually be lifting, and then coincide it with the right size strap. Then when we come over to this 3-inch straps, when we go bigger, we have a tendency not to have a continuous loop, but we'll do an eye. So on the end of this, where Jason's going to show you, that is basically an eye strap rather than a continuous loop like we have over here on the side. And it's 2-ply. So now we're going to be able to lift some pretty hefty rocks with that. The reason that we have 2 alike is when you're strapping bigger rocks, and you'll see that in a lot of our YouTube videos on projects, that we'll put a strap on each side of a big rock, so it's much easier to get out. We're also going to show you how to use an eyelet strap as a continuous loop in this video. So those are the basic 1-inch, 2-inch, and 3-inch straps that we end up using here at Deckers. We do have some bigger ones, but we only bring them out for the big boys.
Yeah, for some monster rocks.
All right, Jay, so what do you think? You want to go show them how to strap some rocks?
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll show them the different types of straps and how we strap stuff.
Absolutely.
So just from experience, I know that this size rock, I'm going to be able to use this 1-inch single ply strap. It is a continuous loop strap. So what I want to do is, say if I want this top, I'm going to loop this back down around here. And then I'm going to bring this strap back up on top. I'm going to cinch it back this way in order to get the eye. This is what we call the eye, and we want to get that to the right spot. Now if I put it up here where I really want it, basically what's going to happen is when that machine lifts it up, it's going to stretch it and it's going to pull the eye past. So I know by going down a little bit farther, I can put it there. When the machine picks it up, it's not going to slip past the point of where I want it. And there you have it. Part of strapping rocks also depends on an operator. When he's in a machine, Jason and I work together quite often, as well as any collaboration that you've seen me on when we're working together with guys that know how to run equipment. There's also a little bit of an art to picking that up so they don't slip the strap on you. Now, if somebody is picking the rock from, let's say if where that machine is and where we have this rock right now, you would want to make sure that your slip where it's going to tighten is in this direction. So when the strap gets pulled up, it's not loosening up the eye. So right now, this is like perfect right where it is. The other thing is, hey Vanna, you want to come out here for a minute?
Okay.
The other thing I want to talk about a little bit is whenever you're setting rocks, don't be doing this or like this. Make sure that you're always keeping like an arm length away like this when you're setting rocks. So if something should go wrong or a strap should break, you can get away from it like that. But a lot of times I see guys are going like this and hugging it and everything else just because, you know, they think it's cool. So just make sure, always think about safety. Make sure there's no freeze in your strap and keep your distance, especially when you have a huge boulder, because there's no way, I don't care who you are, you're not going to get out from underneath that rock if a strap breaks. About the importance of having two of the same length straps. So if we want to strap a cylinder type rock like this and be able to get the strap out from underneath it easily, we're going to use two of the same length. Now I have two 1-inch single ply because two of these are plenty strong enough for a rock of this size. The other thing is the reason we're going on the sides of this rock is because we really don't want to damage the liner at the end of the day, and it is much easier, especially if you're only working with a couple of people and you don't have a lot of help. This is a perfect way to get those straps out from underneath your rock easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choke this right around the girth of the rock, and I'm going to take and cinch this up. And what I want to do is however I want to set this, I'm going to get that eye right here on this side of the rock. I'm going to leave this over, and then I want to put the next eye right directly across from it. If the rock is oblong, you're going to have to kind of look at it and adjust exactly where you want that eye. So now on this side, I'm going to come over to here, and I'm going to cinch it again, and then that way when we go to pick it up, it'll pick evenly. So right now Jason's going to get in the machine and I'm going to show you how this picks. Alright, so now he's going to start putting pressure on it, and you just want to watch the sides of the strap and make sure they're not slipping off. Just stand back just in case, and we'll start to lift that up and see how it starts to pick. And Jason, he lifted that up nice and gentle. Now look how that rock is right there, and the eyelets are on both sides. Now sometimes rocks are super smooth and you'd have to be careful with this, but the type of granite that we use in upstate New York, it grabs really, really well. And sometimes the thinner straps grab that rock just a little bit better. So that's why we choose to have a lot of straps the same exact length. And then, you know, maybe if you don't have a strap long enough and the eyes only come to the top of that, you can always put a short choker like we have over there on the ground, and that's a double 1-inch that a lot of times we just use for a choker just to give that extra distance. Another thing you want to do when ordering straps, you want to make sure they're long enough, because you got to remember guys are going to be setting rocks, and when you start to set it down in that liner, they're going to have room from their heads to the bucket in order to unhook that rock. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to use a 3-inch strap with just an eyelet on each end, and you can still use it the same as a continuous loop. Sometimes when you get into bigger rocks, you're going to be dealing with these bigger straps. So what I'm going to want to do is not only figure out where I want my eye, but I'm also going to have to pull this back to try and get the same length. So now that I'm going to put this back over the rock, and keep in mind that the machine is going to be picking from this direction. So now what I want to do is get this under here, hands are working today. It's a little cold out here. So
That it is.
it is, right? So anyway, now we're gonna cinch that up like that. Now you can see how I got them just a little bit different. It's just not quite right. So what I'm gonna have to do is pull this back and try and get these to the same length. Struggle is real, Jay.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we got these at the same size, once they start to pick, we'll have to see if we have to adjust that or not. And there we have it. So the way Jason picked it up, I'm gonna have him turn the machine off just for a minute. So Jason was actually taking the boom and the bucket and coming in this direction in order to tighten that loop up. So when you got somebody that knows how to run the machine, they can help you while you're strapping it. Now look how level that rock is. Not only are we using a single strap with eyelets, but we also put that choker on there. Now when whoever is setting the rocks in a pond, you have plenty of room in order to have that drop down without hitting anybody in the head. So right there, you can use different types of straps to do different things. So Jason and I hope this video helps you out. If maybe you're new at pond building and you're just starting to strap rocks,
Remember to take your time and be safe.
if you like this sort of thing and you've been enjoying our Tech Tip Tuesday, what should they do?
Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, hit that bell for notifications.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding.
We'll see y'all soon.